10.250.250.2. And then this is also always going to be the same. It's just associated with 0. So this will be where you start every single time.
Okay.
It's just okay and okay. And then so you go into Chrome. You're going to want to use Chrome. It's probably the best browser to use for it.
Yeah.
And then so I entered in, as you can see, 10, 250, 252, the last digit. The last digit you always want to be either one higher or one lower than the actual IP address. Because the actual IP address to log in is .1.
Yeah.
So like you enter it on your computer either .2 or .0. Because if you do .1, you can't set the IP address to the computer and then log into the same IP address. So
Right.
it just needs to be one off, that's all.
So just for a little additional information on that, right? You know how you have your subnet mask is 255.255.255.0?
Yep.
That 255 is all 8 bits filled up with ones, right? So if you put the IP address like directly above the subnet mask, right? So 192.168.1, 255.255.255, those cannot be changed. But if it's a 0, so 255.255.255.0, anything after that, 192.168.1, anything after that can be changed to a different number and talk to that 192 address. Does that make sense to you?
That's kind of confusing.
Okay. So basically what it is when you see 255, that means that everything, when you have an IP address, 192 dot,
Yeah.
right? That's 8 bits. And then your next one, 168 dot, that's another 8 bits.
Yep.
Right? So 255, it means everything is full. So that subnet mask, if you see a 255, like put the IP address right on top of it.
Yep.
Right? So that 255 means that 192 cannot be changed.
Okay.
Then that 255 means the 168 can't be changed. And then the 255 means that .1 can't be changed. But that 0 means anything in that dot. You can go from 1 all the way up to 200 and something, I think you can put for an IP address in there. So you don't necessarily have to be 1 above or 1 below. You can change that to any number. But that's just networking. That's a little deep. But
Yep, I didn't understand a single word you just said. And where's the 255 coming from?
it's so 255. So everything it's a calculation. I can't remember exactly how to do it, but like, so if you have 8, so bits and bytes, right? So a byte is 8 bits.
Not to be a dick.
Yep.
Is it necessary for...
No, it's not. I'm just
we
trying
should
to.
Yeah. I was not trying to be a dick because
No,
I
get it.
would talk to you about that later.
Yep.
I'm not going to retain any of it. I don't even. I
can't.
don't know
I
what.
understand.
Okay, so admin, capital
Yep.
A, 1, 2, 3, 4 is password. This is gonna be your main first view. We'll fuck around with this more after. You just want to go to advanced view first. So this is the actual site. When you click on it, it's to give you all your data, like the current IP address, just the description. Energy system, you don't really need to worry about. Converter system is what our whole thing is.
Yep.
So this is going to be the base schematic where you'll be able to see the voltage going in, voltage going out. We'll look at this more after once we actually update it.
Yep.
But so you want to start on converter system. You hit the arrow. So converters are the rectifiers, are the modules. So these are the 2 that he has plugged in right now.
Yep. So right now we see the 1.
Yep. Yes, we see both of these here. We're just gonna have to go in and like label them. So we're gonna start under configuration. And so when you go to edit this page, you gotta click actual edit, and then you click on it. So we're gonna start without supervision. Change that to 1. And then we're gonna go to power limitation, which is under AC output. Change that to 125. We're going to go to AC input, and we're going to change our alarm settings. This is just saying what, at what % of like the power being consumed you'll alarm.
Yeah.
And we just have to go higher because it's using more. So for the Saturday set, we're gonna do 90, and this is gonna be 80. Not 891. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and save.
Hey Chuck, could you do me a favor real quick?
What's up?
Can you go to my passenger seat floor and grab my voltage meter for me?
2 phases.
2 phases, yep. And we're going to go to where we did start with supervision. Oh, you gotta, that's right, I remember that now. You have to save phases first, make sure it lets you do that, because that's the issue we were running into the first day. It wouldn't let us set 2 phases.
Okay.
So we should get a check, hopefully. Yep, okay. So now we have 2 phases down here. So you're gonna go into configured converter, so this should be 2 modules, 1 redundant. This is gonna be, back to edit. This is gonna be 2 modules, 1 redundant, and then 180 degrees. Okay. Okay. Some of this I'm still trying to get the hang of. We'll get to. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. Alright, you wanna tell me which one blinks?
Second phase, bottom shelf.
Second phase?
Yeah.
So then what do you do with that?
So we just have to label it. Trying to. How did he. Hold on. Just off phases. I'm trying to see. The screen looked a little different yesterday.
Trying to figure out how to label it.
I just feel like this looks different than yesterday. But yeah. Oh no, okay, this was it. Okay. Is it the same one that blinks?
That's correct.
So it's phase 2?
That's phase 2, yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be ID 3, phase 2. So phase 2 is going to be 3 and 4. So when you're looking at the system, it's 1, 2 on the top row,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
3, 4. So.
I get that.
And then to execute this, you have to hit play, the play button, to actually
Yeah.
change it to 3, and you should see it change over here. So see, it just went to 3,
Okay.
and then that 2 should go to or that 0 should go to 2.
What's 0?
So not found today, yesterday too.
What's 0?
This L0 should change.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. Fucking not safe. Maybe I think I might have fucked that up.
What?
I think I know why it's doing that. Which one's blinking?
First phase, top shelf.
Okay. I think we went in the wrong order. I think that's why I did that. Okay. All right, so number one. So I think this one. So this one, when it came up as 3, and I was trying to change that one to 3. I think that's why that wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
But now, so you'll see the.
So basically, you're just trying to figure out which is which.
Yeah, so number 1 is which number converter it is. So that's 1. And then L1 is phase 1, L2 is phase 2. So I was just trying to set those. I just wasn't taking it first.
Yeah.
So that kind of got a little chunky, but that's how it should be. Okay, cool. All right, so we can go ahead and.
You want that jacket?
Not yet. Nothing. It's still dry in the cabin. This
Sure.
thing's pretty good.
We're gonna go back to the system now. Under control. And go back to turn all AC converters on.
It's pretty sharp.
And those bells should go away when this turns on.
So, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the other two.
Yep. Yeah, we just wanna make sure those two come on. It takes a second, but this happened yesterday too, where they wouldn't turn on. They'd like manually turn them on.
Was this where it's something about it not turning off or something?
Oh no, they're on.
So they're on.
Yeah, they're on. Okay, you can plug in the other two.
Well, one at a time.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's first phase, top shelf.
So we're gonna see them pop up.
Phase
over here.
1, module 2.
Yeah. It should label itself correctly.
It should automatically do it.
Yeah. And then it always goes away once it adds. I don't know why it does that. So here we go. Oops. What the fuck?
It's an ID2 DC phase 1.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Should come up as 4 phase 2.
And then once that comes up, is there anything left to do?
We gotta go through the batteries and set the.
Okay, it just switched.
Yeah, see how it like goes away?
Yeah.
It does that. So there we go. 4 phase 2. So we're all set.
The setup seems
All
harder
right,
than the
batteries
testing.
going on.
Yep. So we're gonna come under the battery. So DC system.
Now, is that battery 1 turning on? Or
Battery 1 has always been on.
Yeah.
Now
Okay,
it's
2 and
turning on
3.
the other two.
So see here, under DC system, this is the batteries. And you see how
Oh,
there's a
okay.
line through it. As he turns them on, that line will go away. Yep, so battery 2's on.
Battery 2's on.
Battery
The
3's
other
on.
2 batteries are on.
Yep. So then back under this, we're gonna go to DC system. So we click on DC system to our configuration. We're going down to the current limitation, which is right here. I'm gonna go from 40 to 25.
25 amps.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, 40 is too much, so we're just lowering the pull for the batteries.
Then you have to hit apply and save.
Yep. So that should be everything. Okay, I gotta actually just turn it back on. That's all the settings that you need to change, though.
Okay.
All right, so there we go. So the
now where
alarm
does
that
it
the
show?
alarms that came up on here were DC charge off. That happened yesterday too. You just have to come back in here and make sure that under system all converters are on, and you want the alarms to go away. So we're good
Okay.
now. So we're gonna go back to this. Just make sure we did everything. So when you come back to dashboard, this is where you're gonna see the actual voltage and pull. So this should be like 120, 120, 120, 120. And then when he turns this on, obviously the amperage is going to go up.
And then you try to balance it.
It should be balanced
Should already be
now,
balanced.
yeah, based on the settings that we have, yeah. So,
Is he
the
turning
neg
it on
24.
now?
Yeah, you can turn the rest of it up once you check. He's just checking voltage between to make sure our neutral's not floating.
Yeah. Better not be floating. I'm fucking whining out of the shit out of that.
Right. Well, so these are the numbers that you should be seeing. And so this neg 24 amps, that's the battery charge is what that is. So that was 40, which was like kind of overriding the system a little bit, so we had to lower that to 24.
Okay.
And the only alarms that we should see when we're done are
You can turn on AC output.
All right. So can you see if my can you tell if my neutral's floating? Did he show you how to do that?
yeah, my voltage is all good.
Huh?
My voltage is all good down here. Did you check up there?
I checked up here and it's saying like, it's beeping at me, but it's saying like 12 volts. So I want to make sure that neutral's not floating.
I mean, the only thing he showed me was just like the system screen right here, which
Okay.
just shows like 120 in, 120 out.
Doesn't
Like 120, 120 on both phases. That's
Okay.
all I really can see.
showing you 12 volts?
So when you're doing the continuity test between the neutral and the ground,